Hey guys, what's going on? Alright, I've had a lot of people message me and wonder what's going on in Venezuela. I'm hearing shots fired and holy crap. All of this military defecting coup. We've got all this stuff going on. So MSN, you know this isn't really where I'm going to report from. Let's be serious. Venezuela crisis, live updates, clash, flare after opposition leader calls for military uprising. Oh, really? So, what really happened? I'm sure that's why y'all really come here, because you know I'm going to tell you the truth. The other people want to tell you whatever this is telling you, which we all know is complete bullshit, right? We know that is complete bullshit. Okay, so this is what happened. There were some military defectors in the higher rankings of the Venezuelan military that were possibly paid off. And those scoundrels, this is how ridiculous they are. This is how, I mean, this goes anywhere anybody does these type of things, name your price type of deal. Some people do whatever for money. They'll sell out their country. So what a couple people did that were in the higher rankings, they decided to call up the military, their battalions or whatever they're called down there, and tell them there was going to be an award ceremony. And so for all of them to show up for their award ceremony. And that's not what went down. It's pretty sad. So we've got Juan, random guy named Juan. Oh, look at him. He's such a fool. They are so desperate at this point. They're literally lying to the military to get them to show up, to make it look like they're actually going to overthrow the duly elected president. So it's looking like a replay of the big failed situation that happened, last month, where they caught their own food on fire and all of that. It's disgusting. So let's see, in Venezuela analysis, what do we have here? Of course, Leopoldo Lopez is definitely involved. I believe he's still in prison. Yes. So Leopoldo Lopez, I've talked about him a few times before. He's really the one that's calling the shots, but since he's in prison for doing essentially this same thing, like doing really shady stuff, he's in prison. And so random guy named Juan is really the talking head guy now, okay? I mean, he's the interim president. What am I saying? He's the interim president. No, he's not. It's so ridiculous. So, he gets his marching orders from a guy that's in prison and, the U.S. So, is my volume on? 'Cause I'm not hearing my own self. What's going on with that? No, it hasn't begun. These are just the same old fools. The same fools from before. They are so desperate at this moment that they don't even know what else to do with themselves. This was an ultimate fail. Of course, the mainstream media is going to roll it out like they are over here. Venezuela crisis, opposition leader calls for military uprising. No, it's just the same idiots burning down their own buildings. These people are terrorists in their own country. it's like Antifa. So it says clashes between anti-government protesters and law enforcement officers erupted in Caracas on Tuesday after Venezuelan opposition leader, random guy named Juan, appeared along soldiers at a military base. You see, that's what I'm talking about. They showed up at the military base thinking they were having an award ceremony. So, they're probably going to have some nonsense go down for the rest of the day. It's the same crap. The same idiots. And remember, these people that are fighting and acting foolish are either Colombians that are being paid, or they're the 1% that don't like the fact that they are not so special anymore. It's hard to explain. If you haven't watched all of my Venezuela stuff, please do, because it really upsets me to see truthers making a video called Communist Venezuela and things like that. It just shows that they've done no research on it. And I understand it's hard to get research about Venezuela. I understand that. But the research is out there. Yeah, I've been doing it for over a year, so I do understand it a lot more. But even the gray zone, Max Blumenthal, Jimmy Dore, these people, Abby Martin, all of these people have jumped. Abby was doing it a long time ago. But all of these people have called it out for what it is, because it's so obvious now. It's no different than what we did in Chile and what we've done in Colombia and every Latin American country there is. It's the same playbook. It's the same dang people. We've got Elliot Abrams and Pompeo and come on. And to even cheer for such a thing, that's another, I want to say, if you are a Venezuelan person and you're in the United States and you're cheering for something like this to go on, I want you to know that you better start packing your bags, have a bug out bag, or get everything connected to Venezuela off of your page. Because if our troops go in to Venezuela and one dies, it's only going to take one. I'm not saying this is right. I'm just going to tell you how it's going to roll out. One dies. You will be essentially no longer welcome here. You're going to be looked at like how the Middle Eastern people are. Again, I don't agree with broad brushing people, but I promise you that's what's going to happen. First of all, we all know it's not going to just be one. We're going to have flag draped coffins showing up at Dover every day if this pops off. And so for people to even support such a thing is so absolutely ignorant, I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. And they'll say things like, oh, we want military intervention right now. But then they're like, well, we don't want bombs and stuff. What do they think that America does? I'm sorry. It's kind of what we do. We're not like the American Red Cross. We're not like, hey guys, come on, let's get this going. We don't really like that, so y'all need to stop doing that. We're going to take over your oil. Yeah, I know y'all are going to like that. And then we're going to put all of the poor people to work. Okay? It's no big deal. We're only going to pay you about 25 cents an hour. But y'all asked for this. You asked for this, remember? This is what's going to happen. Because this is exactly what was going on in the 80s. Exactly. I know it's hard to hear, but that's what our corporate, horrific people did. They used Latin America has a plantation. I'm not over exaggerating. That's what they did. Chiquita Banana, Dole, Del Monte, all the oil companies. They don't have child labor laws. They don't have, what is it called? Workers' comp. They don't have those things. It's like, oh, you cut off a finger? Who gives a shit? Oh, somebody died in a field? Yeah, grab another one. That's really how it was. There's no, like, people say it's communist and it's socialist. They don't have restrictions like we do. We have more. Those type of programs are actually socialist. That's what we have. Now I'm hearing myself too much and it's getting on my own nerves. We don't, they don't have that down there. So of course they want to be down there. Either, we can pay these people 25 cents an hour, or we have to pay the Americans like $10 an hour. And so, of course, that's what they want to do. They used it as a plantation. But what happened was when Chavez got in office, they took the land back and started farming for themselves. Gave the land to Venezuelan people, and they could farm the land. They can sell their own food to their own people. I know, that sounds terrible. Pretty terrible. No, not really. That's what people do when they're looking out for their own countrymen. And that's what we should be supporting. Whether you agree with how they're doing it is not of our concern. What is our concern is, hey, that's their country. Let them do what they want to do. How would you feel if Russia or China came in and said, we don't really like what you're doing, so we're going to go ahead and change things up? And now, I know people are going to say, oh, China already owns us, and stick with me, okay? But that's what we're doing. And, of course, we know they have a lot of oil, the biggest oil reserves on the planet. They have gold, they have coltan, they have all of these things. You think we care about the people? Yeah, right. 40,000 people have already died because of the sanctions. This is far. Look at these retards. High five. High five. What? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. What is this, Captain America? What is he doing? And what's funny is these are, they same things. They've got the masks and all of this stuff. This is just idiots. Because they have a actual militia down there. They have military. These are the, gosh dang, what are they called? How did I forget what it's called? The, Garimbas. That's what they are. They're the ones that just show up and start all this Antifa-like stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah, what's up, bro? Is that Leopoldo Lopez? How's he out of jail? Maybe it's an old picture? So, we've got a sellout right here. Or he just took a uniform from somebody. These are the same people. This looks like a staged picture. What are they doing? Why are they shooting in the air? What? I'm not even gonna. That is just ridiculous. Oh, how sweet. How sweet. I wonder how much he was paid. At first, it was like $20,000 a pop, which is a lot of money there. A lot of money there. Don't they look like they're starving to death? All of these people starving to death. Nice roads. You don't look at what's going on in the picture. You got to look at the outside. Go look at the actual situation. Those are better roads than in Louisiana. If anybody's ever driven in Louisiana, we have the worst roads ever. Got nice roads, nice light poles, nice buildings. Look at the background. Maybe I should make it full screen. Should make it full screen for you guys. Carimbas. See, carimbas. That's what they are. Oh my god, he's got a freaking milk carton on his head. What is going on? Like, that tells you right there the people aren't shooting actual. Because somebody posted, oh, bullets flying and all that. That it's not bullets. This is just like, what are those? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Those pebbles and crap like that they shoot at people for gangs and... What? Why does he... Why does he have a milk carton on his freaking head? Oh my god. Oh, I'm glad y'all get to... See, I didn't even look through this because I knew it was going to be so stupid. But I knew everybody wanted an update. Oh, they're all hugging. Did you get your $20,000? Yeah, I got mine. Look at this. Look at the background, guys. This is the humanitarian crisis of Venezuela. Okay? Nice buildings. I mean, they've all got these motorcycles. Have they seen Yemen? Have they seen Yemen? Syria? No. I don't think they have. Because we don't believe you. You're not having a humanitarian crisis. And if you're from Venezuela and you're watching me, you're not from Venezuela, you live in Florida if you're watching me. Because when this stuff goes down, they pull their internet because it's a smart thing to do. This guy is in a suit. He is in a suit. And he is throwing one of these bomb things. What is going on? What is going on? Oh my god. I've got to find out who this guy is. What a moron. Look at this guy in the background. Like, this is probably not going to be good. I'm going to go ahead and get out. I'm going to get out of here. All of them. They're all looking. Like, what is he doing? I don't think these are the people that don't want us there. You're gonna wear prom dress to my next protest. That's a good idea. I mean, do you see? Look at the. Okay, so I'm thinking that this lady is not part of the protest. She's on the other side because they're not friends of our current administration or any administration before us, because they've been trying to overthrow Venezuela for years. He looks so much like Obama. It's so weird. Oh, look who it is. Look who it is. Pompeo and Duque. Oh, Duque. This one's a puppet too. He's the Colombian president. It's funny. He has something like a 20% approval rating in Colombia. Social leaders are dying by the day. People are, getting killed every single day there. I did a video on that, and I think that was restricted to every country except ours or something like that. It was I'm sorry. It's just facts. Then we got Pompeo over here. We all know about him. How he's bragging about, oh, I was in the CIA. I'm a good liar. I'm a good... Ugh. Venezuela... Something intervention, military oh yeah, they want military intervention. I think that's, I really don't know what that says. Peace. Peace. We come in peace. The Americans. Y'all, come on. We aren't Greenpeace. As the military, we do things to take over things. Or to help people, you know. But usually helping people kills a few 100,000 people. Minimum. And I'm not trying to laugh about that. I'm saying, your house, you Venezuelan people that think that this is going to be a good idea. Wow, let me explain this picture. Well, let me just finish what I was saying. Your house, if you say that this is a great idea, is not going to be exempt from the bombs. It's not how it works. Your church, your community center, your children's school. Look at Yemen. Look at Palestine. There's no exemptions. They're not really smart bombs like they say they are. More like freedom bombs. Raining down like dollar bills in a strip club. They just go wherever. It's like, oh, people died. And then you're going to be like, I didn't want this. I just wanted y'all to come help. That's how America helps, y'all. No, it doesn't help. And you people are idiots to even want our soldiers out there. Because they shouldn't be out there either. Ridiculous. Okay, let me explain this picture. This is something that's been going on. They go over to Colombia and get some food because I've already explained this. If you haven't seen it, it's not like they're moving. They just use a suitcase to go grocery shopping. Jesus, they might be moving. I'm just saying majority. Like even in Hawaii, we did that. We have like these carts and stuff because it was just easier to push a cart. Like I could walk to Walmart where I lived in Hawaii. So we push a cart. Some people would use like suitcases and you put your groceries in there and then you take it back up to your condo. Whatever. Yes, CNN, yeah. They're all lying. And that's another thing that you should be able to see, that this stuff is not one-sided. When they're all talking about the same thing, that just shows they're all neocons. All of them. None of them care. Oh, look, we have nice people standing in an orderly fashion behind the duly elected president. This girl's doing her makeup. What the fuck? This is funny. Oh, goodness. He's so excited. Okay, let me ask. If this was a dictator, wouldn't he have been like, by now? Just saying. In a normal dictator scenario, would he be hanging out the freaking window? All excited like a moron. I'm going with no. He's got a lot of gray hair for being 35. I don't know why. Pretty sure he's probably scared of being killed every day. Probably by the CIA or something. And I hate to bring the brown people and the white people into this. And I have not talked about this in any of my other videos. But the whiter people are the 1% that want the Americans to come help. And that would be these type of people. Okay? The darker people, in general, obviously, that it's just... The darker people are the poorer ones. Okay? And so those are the ones like the lady I showed earlier, the one that was sitting next to the Trump puppet or whatever, the Trump pinata. And so those are the ones that are like, hell no, get out of my country. I know what you're going to do to me. You're going to turn this place back into a plantation like it was in the 80s. They know. But these people don't. They're like, hey, I'm chilling. Like seriously, I have friends from Honduras. They have legitimate, like, slaves. Except they pay them a very, very, very small amount. I would still consider it slavery. And that's really what they do. It's terrible. You know, I had a neighbor. I have a few friends from Honduras. And it's kind of similar over there. And it's like a separate world. Like, you are either extremely poor or you are wealthy. And see, that's what Chavez helped in Venezuela. They made like a middle class. The extreme poverty rate almost like disappeared. Whereas Honduras, that is still controlled by the U.S., it's still that split. You have these extremely poor people that can't read, that, you know, work for like $1 a day, clean your house. They do everything. They have children of their own that they don't even see because they're taking care of your children. You know, I've talked to my friends about this, and I'm like, how are you okay with that? Oh, they enjoy it. You know, I'm like, no, like, that's kind of slavery. You know, like, no, they're just stupid. And I'm trying to laugh because it's terrible. Like that, but that's their mentality, y'all. It really is. And that's what these people, their mentality still is. They remember the 80s where it was like, hell yeah, I could have a cleaning lady, I could have a nanny, I could have, you know, somebody driving me around. And whenever I say 1%, these people aren't millionaires. Like, people like you and I would technically be like the 1% in Venezuela. And so when you grow up in such a situation where it's like, hey, I've got a maid, you know, and I've got everything, and you're really making less than $100,000 a year. I would say probably people that make $50,000 a year, American, is 1% there. My mom's calling. Hold on, Mom. Okay, so you see, like, these people have a different mentality. And how they look at things, they want things back that way. You know, they don't want those poor people that were being their maids. They don't want them to have their own farms. That sucks. Like, now they've got their own farms and they can't come be my maid, my slave. That's really how it was. That's terrible. It really is. And that's essentially what they're fighting for. That really is essentially what they're fighting for. So when you hear these people saying, oh, we need help, that's what they want back. They want, like how it is here, where only the very top percent gets anything and all the rest of it goes to big corporations. See, I don't even think they grasp the terribleness of it, I guess. Mom, I'll call you back. Jeez. Okay, I better call my mom back. I know this wasn't very put together, but I want people to understand it in a way that's easier to, you know, rather than, well, this is happening and this is happening. But understand it, that's what's really going on. Really. I mean, what kind of humanitarian crisis has all these iPhones? What's going on? It's not a humanitarian crisis. These people are just being spoiled little brats. That's what they're doing. So, I'll end it there. If anything happens, I'll come back live. I'm watching it close. But they were tricked into going. Yes, there was some people that sold out. But they were tricked into going. And now they're having issues. But these are the people that support the current president. And these are the people that just want to blow up anything. It's sad. It's really sad because I feel that we really are making a difference. That might sound, I don't know, not me in general, but 10 of us on YouTube that are actually talking about this, I honestly feel that we have pushed this back to where it hasn't gone to war right now. And that's why I'm going to continue talking about it. Even though it's only 1,000 people that actually watch the video. Or whatever it is. That's why you need to share it. Because this really is it. The administration knows that they have to get the American people on board. And in the beginning they did. It's like, oh, this socialist crazy place. And then we start seeing all the grocery stores that are full of food and all these people like this that are not starving to death. And it's like, whoa, let's reverse things. I don't think you're telling us the truth, you know? And by showing this stuff, it has really dampened their plans. So I'm going to keep talking about it, and you'll need to keep sharing it. And when I'm done uploading this video at the end of this video, it's going to have a box and it's going to say Venezuela PSYOP. Click on those videos if you want to get back up to date, or share it with other people, because so many people still think this is just, oh, this is what has to happen. Share that whole playlist with people, okay? Anyway, I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll probably be back because I'm sure something's going to pop off with this. Alright, let me see. Wait, I'm going to see if anybody said anything. Blessed are the Glock 9 mil. They never had a middle class. I'm trying to explain it in a way that people understand it. Alright, y'all hit the thumbs up. And I will check y'all later. Bye, guys. Oh, yeah, I gotta click on this thing. I'm gonna figure this out to where I can see the comments over here. I'm gonna figure it out. I just haven't.